Hi, I'm Phil Constantine, and on this Travels with Phil, we're going to Ticonderoga, New York, and LaChute Falls. This is a falls that goes between Lake George and Lake Champlain through the city of Ticonderoga. There it is on the New York map. We'll zoom in a little bit. There it is over on the right-hand side, not too far from Vermont. Lake Champlain on the right-hand side, Lake George down below. So let's go to the video. Travels with Phil continues. I love waterfalls. And this is the LaChute River Falls, Lower Falls. They have like about 5 little dams here in the town of Ticonderoga, New York, just around the corner from the fort. And it is really nice. I'd say it's probably about 30 feet high, maybe 20 feet, 25, somewhere there. Very nice. All right, the falls, one of the many falls in the city of Ticonderoga in New York of the LaChute River, just before you get to Fort Ticonderoga. And the river itself goes in about 300 miles from the north end of Lake George to the middle of Lake Champlain. It drops down 230 feet in only 3.5 miles. Think about this. Niagara only goes 160 some odd feet drop. Now, they had there are like 5 different falls in town. They did a lot of power generation, various mills and things like that in the town itself. Had a lot of factories, paper mills here for a long time. Before they finally shipped out of the area. And this park here that you see, Bicentennial Park, is one of the spots where one of the larger factories was at. And when they abandoned the factory or gave it up, they made it into a park. It's a very nice park out here. You can see one of the old buildings there in this particular picture. This shows you where the river route goes through the town. And again, several waterfalls. This is the most easy one to access as far as all of the falls are concerned, right there by Bicentennial Park. It's a part of Bicentennial Park. They have a nice monument here for the various veterans from numerous wars where this community's citizens paid the ultimate sacrifice. And this is another spot here as where there was the attacks on Fort Ticonderoga or Fort Carillon. When it was French held, came through this town, and they were part of the history of the area. And then move over here. This is looking over the top part of the falls before they cascade down. There you go, back down mid-level. And the water where it builds up there. And finally looking at it straight on, no boating beyond this point. Yeah, seems like a good idea to me. And as again, I was estimating it's probably somewhere between 20 and 30 feet high. And a long panorama here shows you the entire area from left. They do have the floating buoys out there to remind you not to get out in this park because the river moves along fairly quickly through there. Like I say, big drop. This is one of the old buildings that are out there, and there's a few of them still out there. Nice monument here in town. I was going back through the town to look at some of the other falls. Well, the other falls are not very easy to be found. I mean, you can find them, but getting to them, this is where Lord Howe died here during one of the numerous wars. Now, this is the access point to one of the falls, and as you can see, it's not much of an access point. You really got to walk around through stuff, look out for poison ivy, and then you can see one of the other cascades. And in some cases, they build up a little bitty dam so they can get an additional fall there with more water behind it so they can generate more power or run their factories, as it were. Ticonderoga, LaChute Falls River. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up by clicking on the button below. You're welcome to leave comments below as long as the language is family friendly. And finally, if you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel by clicking the button over on the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you again for watching.